KLM 863, we are about to leave the airspace. Left heading 255, KLM 863.
KLM 431 Sierra, bye.
Descend to altitude 2000, reducing 160, Transavia 62 Delta.
Heading 065, descend to altitude 4000 feet, reducing 200, Neptune 1806. Left 065 to intercept, descend to altitude 4000, speed 200 knots, cleared approach, vectors 418 right, Neptune 1806.
Right heading 135, KLM 82. Left heading 235, descend to altitude 4000 feet, speed 200 knots, cleared approach, KLM 281 uniform.
KLM 45 heavy, Andic departure, passing 2300 climbing to flight level 60. KLM 72 Lima. Climb flight level 130, high speed approved, KLM 45.
Transavia 2449er, with hotel.
Heading 025, descend altitude 4000 feet, speed 200 knots, cleared ILS 06, KLM 72 Lima. Descend to altitude 3000 feet, cleared approach, KLM 863.
Roger, Transavia 2449er.
Heading 305, KLM 863.
Heading 180, descend 2000 feet, reducing 160, KLM 82.
Roger, cancel ILS clearance, left heading 155, climb to level 90, increasing 250, KLM 46.
KLM 925, request a heading. Left 110, KLM 925. Left heading 055, KLM 925. Left heading 340, climb to 070, KLM 72 Lima. Heading 050, KLM 925. Descend to 2000 feet, reducing 160, KLM 925.
Descend to 1600 feet, reducing to final approach speed, Transavia 62 Delta.
Heading 130, KLM 161.
Heading 315, Corendon 929er.
KLM 72 Lima, we seem to be above the glide slope of runway 06.
Heading 230, Transavia 2449er. Left heading 230, cleared approach, Transavia 2449er. Descend to altitude 4000 feet, cleared approach, speed 200 knots, Transavia 2449er.
Cancel ILS clearance, KLM 72 Lima. Left heading 345, KLM 72 Lima. Descend to 1600, KLM 925.
Right heading 200, KLM 82. Right heading 200, descend to 1600 feet, KLM 82.
Left 045, Neptune 1806.
Reducing to final approach speed, KLM 925. Right heading 325, KLM 863. Heading 145, KLM 161. Heading 160, KLM 161. Left 150, KLM 161.
Right heading 190, Neptune 1806.
Right 335, KLM 863.
Descend to altitude 2000 feet, reduce 160 knots, Neptune 1806.
Cleared ILS, KLM 72 Lima. Heading 020, KLM 72 Lima.
Reducing to final approach speed, Neptune 1806.
Reduce 200 knots, descend to altitude 4000 feet, left heading 230, cleared approach, Orange 1942. Heading 120, descend to 2000 feet, speed 160, KLM 161.
Descend to 1600, Neptune 1806.
Left 275, descend to altitude 1600 feet, reducing 160, KLM 863. KLM 161, we need a turn to final. Heading 075, Descend to altitude 1,600 feet, KLM 161.
Climb to flight level 130, speed 250, KLM 26 Golf.
Alpine 2086, request a heading.
Right heading 220, KLM 46.
Left heading 250, Alpine 2086. Roger, cancel ILS clearance, Bright to Rotterdam, Alpine 2086. Climb flight level 90, over left heading 040, speed 250, Alpine 2086. Alpine 2086, bye. Descend 3,000 feet, KLM 281 uniform.
Reducing to final approach speed, KLM 161. Heading 185, KLM 863.
Heading 250, Corendon 929er. Descend to altitude 2,000 feet, speed 160 knots, Corendon 929er. Maintain flight level 60, easy 3825. Climb to flight level 130, speed 250, easy 3825. Speedbird 44 Romeo, with India. Vectors for 06, heading 170, descend to altitude 4,000 feet, reducing 200, cleared approach, Speedbird 44 Romeo.
Right heading 195, KLM 863.
Left 230, descend to 1,600 feet, Corendon 929er.
Transavia 489er, from Rotterdam, passing 17 climbing 3,000 feet, Niger.
Approach good evening, KLM 3904, inbound Schiphol.
Climb level 130, speed 250, Transavia 489er.
Heading 045, cleared to intercept the localizer of 06, KLM 3904. Heading 045, reducing 200, cleared to intercept the localizer of 06, KLM 3904.
Right heading 345, KLM 281 uniform.
Right heading 045, KLM 72 Lima.
Reducing to final approach speed, Corendon 929er.
Reducing to final approach speed, KLM 863.
Heading 015, descend to 1,600 feet, speed 160 knots, KLM 281 uniform.
Left heading 060, descend to flight level 60, speed 200 knots, cleared ILS approach, KLM 1363.
Heading 290, Transavia 2449er. Reducing to final approach speed, KLM 281 uniform.
Heading 055, descend altitude 4000, reducing 200, cleared approach 06, Itaro 255. Climb flight level 90, Itaro 255.
Descend to altitude 2000, speed 160, Transavia 2449er.
KLM 905 Victor Heavy, passing 1,700, Andic. Climb 130, high speed approved, KLM 905 Victor.
Right heading 005, Transavia 2449er. Right heading 315, KLM 274.
Right heading 220, KLM 72 Lima. Descend to altitude 2,000 feet, cleared approach, speed 160, KLM 72 Lima.
Descend altitude 4,000 feet, speed 200 knots, cleared approach, KLM 274.
KLM 46, we are about to leave the airspace.
Descend to 1,600 feet, Transavia 2449er.
Right heading 070, KLM 3904.
Heading 020, Speedbird 44 Romeo.
Climb to flight level 130, speed 250 knots, KLM 90 Foxtrot.
KLM 46, bye.
Alpine 551. Descend altitude 4000, speed 210 knots, Alpine 551.
Heading 135, KLM 1363.
Approach, KLM 67 Foxtrot, inbound Schiphol. Right heading 290, speed 200 knots, Alpine 551. Right heading 290, speed 200 knots, cleared approach, Alpine 551. Left heading 235, Alpine 551. Left 005 to intercept, descend to altitude 4,000 feet, speed 200 knots, cleared approach runway 06, KLM 67 Foxtrot. Descend to altitude 1,600 feet, reducing to final approach speed, KLM 72 Lima.
Reducing to final approach speed, Transavia 2449er.
Heading 210, KLM 1363. Left heading 090, KLM 1363.
Descend to 2,000 feet, reduce 160 knots, KLM 67 Foxtrot.
Climb to flight level 130, speed 250, KLM 79 Delta.
Heading 095, descend to altitude 2000, cleared approach, speed 160, KLM 1363. Heading 105, descend to altitude 2000 feet, cleared approach, reducing 160, KLM 1363.
North Shuttle 903 Quebec. Left heading 235, cleared approach, North Shuttle 903 Quebec. Descend to altitude 4,000 feet, cleared approach, speed 200 knots, North Shuttle 903 Quebec.
115 degrees, KLM 1363.
Descend to 1,600, reducing to final approach speed, KLM 67 Foxtrot.
Heading 125, KLM 1363. Further right heading 220, KLM 1363.
Heading 035, Speedbird 44 Romeo.
Air Transat 718 Heavy, inbound Schiphol.
Ryanair 89er, with India. Right heading 160, descend to altitude 4,000, speed 200 knots, cleared ILS, Ryanair 89er.
Speed 200, left heading 005, descend to altitude 4,000 feet, cleared approach 06, Air Transat 718. Heading 325, Orange 1942.
Left 035, Ryanair 89er.
Cancel ILS clearance, direct Osran, KLM 1363. Cancel ILS clearance, direct to Osran, climb to level 70, increase 200 knots, KLM 1363.
Left heading 230, KLM 274.
Descend to altitude 2,000 feet, speed 160 knots, Air Transat 718.
Turkish 809er.
Right heading 080, Orange 1942.
Right heading 290, descend to altitude 4,000 feet, speed 200, cleared ILS, Turkish 809er.
KLM 902 Charlie Papa. Speed 200 knots, cleared to intercept the localizer of runway 06, KLM 902 Charlie Papa. Heading 060, reducing 200, cleared to intercept the localizer of runway 06, KLM 902 Charlie Papa.
Heading 010, Speedbird 44 Romeo.
Descend to 1,600, reducing to final approach speed, Air Transat 718. Left heading 225, Alpine 551.
Right heading 255, KLM 1363.
Left heading 345, KLM 3904.
Descend to altitude 2000, speed 160, KLM 274.
Cleared approach, KLM 1363. Left 230, cleared approach, KLM 1363.
Climb to level 60, North Shuttle 903 Quebec.
Climb to flight level 60, Alpine 551. Left heading 065, Orange 1942.
Heading 235, KLM 1363.
Descend to 1,600 feet, reducing to final approach speed, KLM 274. Right 105, Speedbird 44 Romeo.
KLM 945 Victor Heavy, passing 1600 on the Lunix departure. Climb to
Left 020 to intercept, descend to altitude 2000 feet, reduce 160 knots, cleared approach 06, KLM 7112.
Right heading 120, Ryanair 89er. Speedbird 44 Romeo. Descend to 1,600 feet, Speedbird 44 Romeo.
Heading 310, Itaro 255.
Roger, KLM 411.
KLM 1363, request vector to final. Roger, KLM 1363. Expedite descend 1,600 feet, KLM 1363.
265 degrees, Alpine 551.
Turkish 809er, we need a turn to final. Roger, Turkish 809er. Reducing to final approach speed, Speedbird 44 Romeo. Heading 205, Turkish 809er. Cancel ILS clearance, heading 200, Turkish 809er. Descent to 2,000 feet, speed 160 knots, Ryanair 89er.
Over left direct to Vaco, climb to level 90, high speed approved, Lanco 472. Over left direct to Vaco, climb to level 130, high speed approved, Lanco 472.
Roger, Ryanair 89er. Heading 145, Ryanair 89er. Heading 145, descend to altitude 1,600, Ryanair 89er. Right 225, Turkish 809er. Right heading 225, cleared approach, Turkish 809er.
Right 315, Alpine 551. Descend to 1,600 feet, reducing to final approach speed, KLM 7112.
Reducing to final approach speed, KLM 1363.
Heading 250, KLM 394.
Descend to altitude 2,000 feet, cleared approach, speed 160, Alpine 551. Right heading 340, Alpine 551. Right heading 005, Alpine 551. KLM 28.
Alpine 7701, passing 22 climbing to flight level 60, Lecco departure.
Heading 010, Alpine 551. Heading 080, speed 200, cleared ILS, KLM 28.
Climb to flight level 130, speed 250 knots, Alpine 7701. Left heading 240, descend to altitude 4,000 feet, reducing 200, cleared ILS, Orange 1279er.
Hello, KLM 111, passing 1,800 climbing flight level 60, Andic. Climb to flight level 130, speed 250, KLM 111. Descend to 1,600 feet, reducing to final approach speed, Alpine 551.
FedEx 46 Mike Heavy. North Shuttle 903 Quebec, we're about to leave the airspace. Right heading 020, North Shuttle 903 Quebec.
KLM 411, we are near Schiphol.
Roger, cancel ILS clearance, heading 235, climb to flight level 90, increase 250 knots, North Shuttle 903 Quebec. Heading 360, descend altitude 4,000 feet, speed 200 knots, cleared approach runway 06, FedEx 46 Mike. Speed 160 knots, heading 355, descend to altitude 2,000 feet, FedEx 46 Mike.
KLM 411, we are entering a hold at Schiphol.
Departure, KLM 846 Zulu, passing 22 climbing to flight level 60, Lecco. Bow over left direct to Lecco, climb to flight level 130, speed 250 knots, KLM 846 Zulu.
Itaro 255, we are about to leave the airspace.
North Shuttle 903 Quebec, bye.
Roger, right heading 250, KLM 411. Right 250, cleared approach, KLM 411. Climb to flight level 80, KLM 411.
Left 300, Orange 1942.
Left heading 215, Itaro 255.
Right heading 195, KLM 28.
Left 190, Turkish 809er. Heading 015, FedEx 46 Mike.
Heading 310, KLM 9er 2 Charlie Papa.
Reducing to final approach speed, Ryanair 89er. Descent to 1600 reducing to final approach speed, FedEx 46 Mike. KLM 5484, with you. Heading 290, descend to altitude 4000 feet, reducing 200, cleared approach, KLM 5484.
Right direct to Vaco, climb to level 130, high speed approved, FedEx 272.
Left heading 055, cleared ILS, KLM 5263. Left heading 055, climb to flight level 90, cleared ILS, KLM 5263. Speed 220 till the localizer, KLM 5263.
Descend to altitude 2000 feet, cleared approach, speed 160, Itaro 255.
Heading 125, KLM 411. Roger, cancel ILS clearance, left 125, KLM 411.
Heading 160, Itaro 255.
Approach, KLM 156 Hotel, at flight level 70. Right 055 to intercept, descend to altitude 4000, speed 200, cleared ILS runway 06, KLM 156 Hotel.
Heading 135, Turkish 809er.
Qatari 1756 Heavy, Nika departure, passing 2,300 feet climbing to level 60.
Descent 2000, reduce 160 knots, Turkish 809er.
Climb level 130, high speed approved, Qatari 1756.
Left heading 165, KLM 3904.
Turkish 809er, request vector to final. Heading 040, Turkish 809er. Heading 040, descend to 1600 feet, Turkish 809er.
Right 265, Itaro 255.
Heading 070, climb to flight level 90, speed 250, cleared ILS, KLM 411. Heading 115, KLM 411.
Heading 160, KLM 28. Descend to altitude 2000, cleared approach, speed 160, KLM 28. Heading 115, KLM 28.
Heading 015, descend altitude 2000 feet, reducing 160, cleared ILS 06, Iber Express 832 Bravo.
Heading 150, climb to flight level 90, speed 250, Orange 1942.
KLM 69er, passing 2,500, Nika.
Right heading 180, KLM 5263.
Climb to flight level 90, KLM 156 Hotel.
Climb to flight level 130, KLM 69er.
Further right heading 190, KLM 5263.
Approach, City 634 uniform, inbound Skip Hall.
Heading 030, Iber Express 832 Bravo. KLM 5484, we need a turn to final.
Left 110, City 634 uniform.
Roger, KLM 5484. Climb to level 90, speed 250 till the localizer, KLM 5484.
Heading 200, Itaro 255.
KLM 5263.
Cancel ILS clearance, climb to flight level 90, increasing 250, KLM 92 Charlie Papa.
Descend 1600 reducing to final approach speed, Iber Express 832 Bravo.
Orange 1942, for your information, we are delayed.
KLM 411, we are about to leave the airspace.
Right heading 185, Orange 1942. KLM 92 Charlie Papa, bye.
KLM 411, bye.
Heading 290, Orange 1279er.
Over right heading 355, KLM 3904.
Descend to altitude 2000 feet, reducing 160, orange 1279er. Roger, cancel ILS clearance, heading 030, orange 1279er. Right heading 030, orange 1279er.
Climb to flight level